Hey guys, I must confess, I'm a big fan of indie games and I've never played deck builder roguelikes before. And yes, Slay the Spire passed me by too somehow, but not so long ago I found an interesting game on Steam that caught my attention. This game was Hellcard. I added the game to my wishlist and completely forgot about it, but recently Hellcard got a good discount and Good Sir Gabe notified me about it, and now I've already played more than 20 hours in this game. And also I found out that Hellcard got a DLC and the developers are making a sequel. Playing Hellcard was a blast, so I decided to tell you about this game. It's definitely not Slay the Spire 2, which came out 2 months ago and got more than 500,000 players at its peak, so many of you just maybe don't know about this game and how good it is. And I want to say right away, this game has a co-op mode, which means Hellcard introduced co-op deck builder gameplay before Slay the Spire 2, and of course I played it with my friend, but you can play it even with 2 friends, so if you are a person who has a lot of friends, unlike me, you can bring some of them with you, and I think it would be even better to play, at least definitely more fun. As I said, I've already played for more than 20 hours, and during this time I managed to play 4 different classes, kill 3 different final bosses and unlock some new cards, voice lines and artifacts, but I still have a lot of other content to do, many cards to open and different builds to try, so I think Hellcard can easily give me dozens more hours of fun. Let's start with the basics. For people familiar with deck builder roguelike genre, I won't say anything new, but maybe you, a person who has never played such games before like me, will say thank you for these explanations. We have 3 different classes from the start: warrior, wizard and rogue. Each class has their own starter deck and their own features. For example, a warrior specializes in blocks and direct melee damage, a rogue uses a bow and arrows for long-range attacks, and a wizard can cast different spells and study magic books that give him different abilities, which he can play for free after studying these books. Each card in your deck has a mana cost. Usually you need between 1 and 3 mana, but some cards can be played free, and obviously the more mana required, the stronger the card. Besides simple attack cards, we have skill cards and influence cards. Skill cards give you the opportunity to draw new cards, add blocks to your character or your ally, or even give you additional mana. All these are the small part of the opportunities that skill cards give you. The same goes for the influence. These cards give you different buffs until the end of the battle. For example, if you play rogue, you can increase your arrow damage for the next 3 turns. If you play warrior, you can find a card that increases his damage with swords. Some influence cards give you a game changer abilities. A warrior can get a card that will give him 4 blocks at the start of his turn, and also he can get a card that allows him to not remove these blocks after the enemy's turn. And after playing these cards, your warrior becomes a true hardcore tank who will instantly gain blocks every turn. And if you find a card that allows you to deal damage equal to your amount of block, you guys can imagine how much damage he can deal with that build. And the number of cards in this game gives you a lot of freedom. You can see how many cards the game has on your screen. Also keep in mind that different classes have their own different features. After I successfully completed my first run, the game unlocked a new character for me, Tinkerer. Of course, I decided to play a new character and I was surprised that he has new different mechanics. He has to gather screws and cores, because a lot of cards in his deck require screws to play these cards. Some of them require cores to enhance the effect of these cards. And oh boy, while other guys simply deal damage with their swords, arrows and magic, this dude uses contraptions. These are influence cards that will stay with you until the end of the battle and will deal damage after your turn. That is, if you play such a card, then end your turn, after the enemy's turn, your contraption can deal damage to the nearest enemy, for example, or maybe gain block for you at the start of your turn, etc. Needless to say, all my attempts to get to the end with Tinkerer failed, because you really should play differently. Okay, we have sorted out the classes, now let's talk about battles. I play in co-op mode, so I will talk specifically about the co-op experience, because I never played a single player mode, but I think most of the things I will tell you also work in single player. Your battlefield is divided into 2 parts, one for your friend and one for you, Enemies from your side will attack your character, and enemies from another side will attack your ally. You can always attack enemies from different sides to help your friend, and your friend can do the same. If you play with two friends, your battlefield is divided into 3 parts, of course. I guess it's obvious, and besides that, you can see a circle around our characters. This circle shows near and far range. Some cards deal more damage in near range and some in far range. And that's it. Everything is that simple. You start battle from your turn. You and your teammate have 3 mana and draw 5 cards. You can talk and plan together, then take your turns. For example, I play Mage and my teammate plays Rogue. The starter Mage deck has attack cards that deal 1 damage, but if you kill an enemy with such a card, you will get 1 mana and draw another card from your draw pile. The cost of such cards is 1 mana, and it means you can play a lot of such cards in a row, just finishing off enemies. And your rogue friend can help you, cause he can deal more damage from the start than you. Talking about enemies, there are 3 types of them. One who attacks you in melee and has to come closer, one who attacks you from far away, and one who can attack you from both. Also, you can see enemies' HP and the amount of damage that they can deal to you. In addition to that, you can see enemies' intent above their damage HP bar, or you can hover your cursor on them to see more detailed info about them. All this helps you plan your next moves and your overall tactic for battle. Maybe for someone gameplay may seem confusing, or maybe someone thinks it's hard to remember all these things, but actually after your first run, no matter how it ends, you figure out most of the mechanics and the game becomes faster and more fun. Our first run with a friend lasted about 4 hours, we even took a break in the middle of the game, but our next runs usually lasted around 1 hour, and we are chill players who play casually and don't rush to the end, so it means if you have more skills than we do and want to play quick, you can finish your runs even faster. Another thing that I didn't tell you yet is what happens after battles. When you win a battle, you get rewards, 1 gem and a new card. You can always skip rewards for some reason, but honestly I don't understand why you may want to skip it, because for gems you can buy other cool stuff. I'll tell you about this further, and the new card allows you to choose 1 card from 3 different cards. And even if you don't like cards that the game offers you, you can skip all of them, so I think you should always take your reward. Well, gems. In this game you will go down the floors from top to bottom. At the end, on the last floor, boss will wait for you, and to prepare yourself for this battle, on each floor of the dungeon, you find different rooms where you can spend your gems. You and your teammate can each choose different rooms with cool rewards. For example, you can encounter a smithy, where you can upgrade your cards, or corpses when you can get a new cards. Also, choosing your way, you see your next enemy encounter. This enemy will guard rooms with cool stuff, and you will fight with them. Relying on all the information you have, you can choose your own way to continue your run. If you need new cards, it's obvious that you want to go to corpses that have new cards for you. If you took a lot of damage, you surely want to heal yourself and choose a camp where you can heal. All these are up to you and your friend. Each of you can choose a place that you want, and it's also a good way to play strategically as a team. Maybe you will have something your teammates needs, and your teammate will have exactly what you want. Just say what you need and ask your bro. The game even has voice lines to communicate with random people if you will play without Discord, and it works even in battle. You can choose a voice line you need to give info or ask something, and on the right mouse button you can give a mark to call for a teammate's attention. By the way, even if you spend all your gems on something else or simply gambled them like me, some places have 3 options to get something useful or just get buffs for the next battle. And yes, sometimes you will encounter mini-bosses, and in this situation you will not have a choice. And don't worry if you play only together with one friend. The third room will be randomly chosen for you. You will always have 3 rooms when you can spend your money. When you finally reach the last floor, you will fight with the boss. I encountered 3 different bosses at the moment, and each of them had their own unique battle mechanic. I don't want to spoil too much, so I will tell you only about the first one. The first boss that I encountered was the Cook. He had a thick skin, which means that we can deal more than 5 damage on our turn. Besides that, he summons different monsters each turn, and the number of these monsters increases with time. Also, after his turn, he adds to our hand different mid cards, bloating our deck with cards that either require our mana to discard them or give various buffs to Cook himself or monsters he summoned. However, the key to this battle is these mid cards. Each mid card can increase the thick skin counter by 5, and it will be your way to kill this boss. This is why you should read all the descriptions of cards you got, cause in our first time when we got so far to this Cook, I didn't really read the description until the end. I saw the bad things that these cards did and we simply fought with him dealing only 5 damage per our turn. That was stupid and of course we died. After killing the boss or dying on some floor above the boss, your run comes to an end. And you take experience for the character you played, thereby unlocking new cards for the character and different starter artifacts that may help you in your next runs. These artifacts are similar to artifacts you will find on floors, but you can take them from the start. Just simply spend 1 gem. Also, you will get skins, voice lines and even emojis that you can use while playing this game, but the most important thing is that after a successful run you will get Torment. It might sound strange cause these torments will increase the difficulty of your runs by adding unique modifiers, but completing the game with them helps you gain more experience and unlock new cool stuff faster. And that is also a good way for experienced players to make each run more challenging and dynamic. I already completed 1 run with 1 torment and that was not so difficult, but some torments look really hard. Okay, I think I've told you everything I want, just try Hellcard guys, the game is awesome and fun. If you like roguelikes and deck builders and want to try it in co-op mode, or maybe you were playing Slay the Spire 2 a lot recently and want to try something new, it's a cool game for you. I didn't tell you all the things that this game has, but it will be better if you find these out yourself. And yeah, after 1 successful run you will unlock Endless mode, so you may try to last as long as you can and compete with others. Also, I could say something about the cool paper style this game has, but you see how cool it looks right now on your screen, so I think you appreciate the view. Write in the comments, did I manage to interest you in the game, and if you already played it, how do you like it? Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.